Welcome everyone, this is Zozo Stockwatch. This will be an audio article and some thoughts on day trading. Trading has become boring to me, and I'm not trying to be conceited or smug. Sure, I could use a better word than boring, but I wanted to catch your attention, and boring seemed a good word to do that. So what do I mean by boring? I mean robotic, which is good. By boring, I mean you are treating trading like a job. This is what you want. You want on every trade, no matter the time frame of the chart or the length of the trade, to see the indicators you use on your charts and make that buy or short based on the indicators you use. When you take this trade, if someone were looking over your shoulder, you would be able to explain to that person and show them the reason for the entry. You must be able to explain the trade. I can't tell you how many times I've talked to myself just to explain the trade while I'm sitting here alone. You know, once you take the trade, no matter how good a setup, it can go against you and not work. But you're fine. You're fine with that because you have the proper position size for that scenario. You don't let any one trade kill you. If the trade goes against you, you can pinpoint what you were off on. Perhaps the time of day was off, or the SPY was moving down at the time, etc. Not to say a trade can't work even if the SPY is moving down, such as a momentum trade. But this must be in your thoughts on a trade. Market conditions are always important. If you're day trading, time of day, what the market is doing, volume in the stock you're trading are so important. If you don't have these things in your favor, your trade may not work. So you'll have to remember that for the next time you go long at 12:15 p.m. on a trade. Time of day, right? 12:15, lunchtime. Many times someone will ask me, what do you think of XYZ stock? First thing I do is look at the time of day. What is the SPY doing? And look at the chart setup. Are we above the moving averages? Is the stock getting volume? Does it have relative strength or weakness? Is this a news related trade? Are we breaking above a base or a high a day? Or is this a stock that has gotten hit that day and trying to make that 11 a.m. Eastern time turnaround? After taking the trade and it works, you expect this because you checked off all those important things above. When you're taking that trade, when it works, you don't get too excited because this is your job, to make winning trades. When it works, your mind should go into take some off the table, perhaps 1/3, and use your indicators to keep you in the trade as long as possible. By that I mean, for me, if I'm day trading, if it is holding above the 8 EMA or the 20 EMA or VWAP on a 5-minute chart, or whatever indicator you use, then I can stay in the trade. So when I get that initial pop, I may take, half off and keep a remaining, third, like a couple hundred shares or 100 shares. And I use those indicators, the 8, the 20, sometimes even the 13 EMA, to keep me in the rest of that trade to see how far I can get on the trade. Each day as a trader, you start the day at 0, and your job is to get to green. If a new trader, some green is always good. If you are a seasoned trader, you have a daily goal. But no, all green is good, and your daily goal will depend on the markets and how they're acting that day or week. Over time, it becomes easier to get a feel for the markets for each day. How many have gone on vacation and come back to the markets? It takes time to get that feel again. As a seasoned trader, you want to make the goal as fast as possible in the morning. with limits to risk, of course. To be done trading for the day, there is nothing like making your goal in the first hour or 2 hours of the day and then being able to shut it down. You have made the money in the prime market hours with volume, time of day, and your system worked. You know not to push it and hold on to your money. If new to trading, have a mental checklist. Is this the setup I like? Is the time of day good? What are the market conditions? What is the SPY or IWM or QQQ doing? Are we in a downtrending day? A strong upside day? Am I able to explain this trade? Is my share size proper? Am I chasing an entry? I'm treating this trade in a boring, robotic way. Am I treating my trading like a job? Thank you for listening. This has been Zozo Stock Watch. Treat your trading like a job. Be robotic. Watch for the proper setup.